Good morning, class. Today we're working on Reader's Notebook, Lesson 15, pages 211 and 212. We are going to continue our work with transitions again in this unit. And you can see that we're going to work on transitions on page 211, and we're going to continue that on 212 with transitions and relationships. On page 211, it says, transitions are connecting words or phrases used to show relationships between ideas. Transitions may appear anywhere in a sentence. They may link ideas within a sentence or between sentences. Common transitions include however, moreover, similarly, in addition to, on the other hand, also. You can also look at your transition sheet that we completed a couple of weeks ago, where you listed out a bunch of different transitions that you could use in your writing to support your adopted species research report, because you have a pretty large list of transitions there as well. And here we have a transition example. We learned the national anthem. Then we learned about flag etiquette. Okay, and what you need to do when you're thinking, the thinking question for transitions is which word or group of words links the ideas. Okay, this one gives us a link, what we did first and then what was done afterwards. Then, okay, it tells us what was done previously, that this followed learning the national anthem. In number 1, it says circle the transitions and then write them on the line. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in a little bit because it's a little small for me. So I'm going to zoom in and we're going to go ahead and we're going to circle our transitions and then write them on the line. Number 1, we carefully carried the flag out. Next, we fastened it to the pole, first unfolding it. We raised the flag just as we were taught. We saluted and finally returned to our classroom. Afterwards, we said the Pledge of Allegiance and later discussed the subject of patriotism. Well, a lot of this is about time order. In what order were the steps completed? We carefully carried the flag out. Next, okay, there's a transition. Next, we fastened it to the pole, first unfolding it. So before we fastened it to the pole, first we unfolded it, okay? We raised the flag just as we were taught. We saluted and finally returned to our classroom. Finally returned to our classroom. Afterwards, we said the pledge. So afterwards, we said the Pledge of Allegiance and later discussed the topic of patriotism. So we have later. So there you have underlined each. We should be circling them, but you can go ahead and circle them or underline them either way. Each of those words. And then your job is going to be to write each one of those words on the line below. And we've completed number 1 together, and I'd like you to do number 2 on your own. You can see that they're all underlined, and then I wrote them on the line. What I would like you to do is then look at number 2, read it through first, and then identify those transitions. Remember, when you're looking for transitions, you can grab them from up here. There's a whole list of common transitions right here. We have they include however, moreover, similarly, in addition to, on the other hand, also, but you can also look at your own transition list to identify other transitions. You can go ahead and pause the video here and finish this page, and when you're ready, you can hit play again and move on to page 212. Page 212 says transitions and relationships. Transitions signal different types of relationships between details and ideas. Some of those are time order, like we just talked about in number 1 there. What happened first, next, last, later, eventually, then. We also had afterwards, okay? And an example would be he first told his grandparents, so first. Later he packed. Later is the transition there, again with time order. And then we have compare and contrast. And some examples of compare and contrast would be unlike and like, similarly, in contrast to, moreover, although. And an example for that would be moreover, they had better weapons. So they're comparing the weapons between the two sides. We also have cause and effect. Okay, some examples of cause and effect are therefore, as a result, consequently, unless, if. And an example of this would be if wounded, he would not re-enlist. And if, okay, re-enlistment is depending on if he gets wounded or not. And so if is your example of cause and effect. Transition. It says write the transition that shows the relationship indicated. Okay, so we're looking for a comparison in number 1. And you can see right here we have comparison. So we're going to look up here for compare and contrast, right? We're going to look at our list here. We're going to see if something here would work. And here we have a comparison again, so we're looking for something similar. Okay, it says blank James Fortin, Joseph Martin is a hero. Well, that would be like James Fortin, Joseph Martin is a hero. So we have the word like, L-I-K-E, like James Fortin, Joseph Martin is a hero. Okay, in number 2, we'll go ahead and check out number 2 together now. It reads, he was a patriot, blank, he served his country. And this one is cause and effect. So we need to look at our cause and effect transition relationships. And we have things like therefore, as a result of, consequently, unless, and if. And one way you could write this was, he was a patriot, therefore, he served his country. And so you can write the word therefore on the line, T-H-E-R-E-F-O-R-E, therefore, on the line. In number 3, we have the relationship, which is contrast. So we want to know how that's different. Blank, horrified by his first sight of battle, he continued to fight. I'm going to go up into our comparison and contrast, and basically it's telling us that even though he was horrified, he persevered. He kept fighting. So we can look at the word although would fit well. Although horrified by his first sight of battle, he continued to fight. A-L-T-H-O-U-G-H. Although. All right, you're going to go ahead, kiddos, and work on 4 through 8 on your own. When you have completed pages 211 and 212, please take pictures of your work, attach them to your assignment, upload them in Teams, and turn them in. Thank you.